swashbuckler class up, and it'll say skill ranks per level, which I think it's 6 plus your intelligence modifier. And basically, you're where it says ranks on your skills. For every skill that you want to use, you just put a rank in that skill, and then once you've got all 8 of your skill points spent, you total up the number of ranks you have in that skill, plus if the skill is a class skill or not, which gives you a +3 to that skill, and then you add your ability score modifier to that skill, and that gives you the total bonus you have to making a check with that skill.
How do I determine the speed?
Speed is based on your race. Generally, like, yeah, you're playing are you the one playing a half orc? Yeah. Alright, so yeah, your speed is 30.
Okay.
Natural weapon. Natural weapon.
Let's see the armor.
I must choose natural weapon.
So yeah, your armor class will be your whatever piece of armor you have will have an armor bonus on it. So your armor will be your armor bonus plus a shield
don't I
bonus
get
if you're
one of
using
these
one,
things
or a shield if you're using one, plus your dexterity and plus 10. Because you're a medium creature, and I already know you don't have any natural armor.
Oh, so I can't. I don't think I. Base attack bonus of +4. I think I only have base attack bonus of 1. Yeah, I don't think I get that till 4. Okay. I think I'm supposed to get aspect of the beast no matter what.
Fuck, this is a bit confusing with the armor.
It's
Ranger
not as
can take this
overwhelming
feat
as it
without
seems.
having
The only
to
number
meet the
you need
prerequisites.
is the
okay, so I can
you need
take
the
it.
armor
I
check
don't
number,
get it
and
for
that's it.
free.
The race?
No, not the race. You doing your armor stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so did you buy a piece of armor yesterday when we were doing everything?
Yep.
Okay.
And I can't
that
take rending claws.
That piece of armor will have an armor rating on it. So you'll need to go figure out wherever you found that piece.
Yeah. +3.
Okay. So on your character sheet, your armor bonus is a +3. And you're not using a shield. So
Nope.
you can just put a 0 there.
Okay.
Your dex modifier is
so I can either
+1.
take aspect of
You're
the beast
a
or
medium
weapon
creature,
focus.
so it's a 0 for your size modifier.
That's what
you don't have any natural armor or deflection, and there's no miscellaneous modifiers for that.
I think
so
I'm forgetting
your
something.
AC is 3 from armor, 1 from dex, which gives you a total of 14 for your armor class.
Yeah. So I can pick aspect or no, this one. So I can pick aspect or weapon focus. And I'll probably take aspect.
Oh, the skills. Can you not see what I have on the skills?
Nope, it didn't show up.
Okay. Try and save in a different way.
Hey Callan, quick question.
What's up?
So I put a link in Discord. Considering I already have 2 claws, natural weapons. What would happen if I take claws of the beast?
This is your. Yeah, okay. You just gain the abilities that are listed. You already have claws, so you can just kind of ignore that one.
Okay, so just ignore it then.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's no point to taking that because your race already has claws.
Okay, one more question. I took the, what is it, Shadow Child trait?
Yep. Yep.
Does that count as low light vision?
It counts for what it says it counts for. I think it just gives you, it just ignores a shadow beast 20% miss chance in low light. I think.
I'll look it up quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Shadow Child. When attacking targets in areas of dim light, you do not suffer the standard 20% miss chance on attack
Okay.
rolls.
Yeah, that's all it does. So it's not just shadow beast. It's when you're fighting anything in low light, you don't suffer mischance.
But would that be considered low light vision?
No, no, low light vision is something completely different. Basically, what that feat means is you're used to fighting in the dark, so you can tell the difference between somebody who's trying to hide in the shadows and like they don't blend into the shadows for you, basically. So there's not a chance that you misjudge where they are. Low light vision is the actual ability to see in dim light.
I have dark vision. I'm
Yes, you
overpowered.
do.
Plus,
Me
I
too.
get to use the daylight spell once a day,
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
and I get wings at 9th level.
You get wings?
Yeah,
Jealous.
you can take a feat for it at 9th level. And they're really shitty wings, but I mean, it's still flight speed's flight speed.
Yeah, I mean it's
Um,
like 60 feet, isn't it? Or is it 30 feet?
30. It's 30 feet poor maneuverability.
Lore based. Wizards don't like sorcerers, right?
No, not true.
'Cause
They're just
no, I
different
thought.
types of. They're just different types of casters.
Okay, I thought wizards didn't like sorcerers because they were untrained.
No, they're.
You want to fucking start shit before we even get in the game? Let's fucking go.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hey, just an idea. If we want to make this a little easier to play, if everybody wants to change their nickname in the Discord to what their character's name is and then what class they are,
Yeah, that would
that
also
would make it a lot easier for us to
Sure.
RP.
I was actually going to say that for the sake of RP to call each other by your character names would make
Well,
playing
right, and
easier.
I already changed
But
my
yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Okay, I changed mine.
Would that be my username or?
If you right click on your name, you could go to change nickname.
Ah,
Wait, who changed the name already? You should put your class next to your
I
name.
did.
Oh,
I don't see any change.
yeah, yours
Yeah.
hasn't changed.
Oh, when you click on it, it
if you
actually
click
does.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you click on his, it actually shows, but. Yeah, you added a note to your
Oh.
file in Raging, you didn't actually change
Yeah.
your nickname.
Right,
I
right
hit
click where your
click.
name is.
I clicked change nickname.
Oh, is mine Corza for you guys?
No.
your note is.
No.
Is mine changed?
No.
Is mine changed?
Oh, it shows up if you click on people, that's it. It doesn't,
No.
I think you need to leave Discord and relog to get it to change for you.
I'll be right back. Now is it?
I mean, Wild Instinct is probably the best for fights.
All hail. Everybody watch out for the swashbuckler.
Okay, did mine change now?
Yeah, there we
Yep.
go. Now we changed it on everybody's.
Okay.
Hammers is
Mine has
still.
changed.
Yep.
Yeah, his has changed for us.
Yeah, I have him as Zul'Cock. Or, no, kul'zaq.
That's awesome.
Let me try. Again.
Campaign hasn't even started yet. This is already getting good.
You know, the best part is I'm recording this and I'm going to put this on YouTube.
Actually, I was actually going to have you guys run into a bard that could follow you around and would chronicle everything you did.
I'm already a scribe though, so I can record our adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
Hide
you
behind
write
the-
everything down and we'll get a bard to sing it.
I only have 5 pieces of parchment with me though, or
Yeah,
5
that's okay.
pieces of paper. I don't know how fine I can write. I suppose I'm a scribe by profession, so probably pretty fucking fine.
I was gonna say, considering that you can see. Or no, you're not a wizard. You don't scribe scrolls.
I scrap souls.
Yeah.
I could scribe scrolls, but
You
I
could,
took
yes.
craft sculpture because I'm gonna fucking make little minions. I'm gonna make minions and I'm gonna take the goddamn leadership feat and I'm just gonna have everybody fight for me.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Alright. Where is Taz? Are you back?
No.
Okay.
So, in the skills thing, what do I put in the ranks and the miscellaneous modifier?
Okay. So for the ranks, you get a number of skill points per level. So I think your skill ranks are 6 plus your intellect modifier. So you'll have 8 skill points at level 1, and then you can only have as many ranks in a skill as you have levels. So just pick 8 skills
I'm
and
gonna go
put
wild.
1 rank in
Wild
them,
Instinct.
and then you just total them up per skill. You total the, if it's a class skill, which is one of the ones you've checked off, it gets a +3, and +1 for the rank, and then you add the ability modifier to it. So you get 4 plus your ability modifier to that skill.
Are we using any kind of website for maps?
Nope.
Okay.
It's all in our imagination.
I'll have a few anything that I need that I need you guys to be able to visualize specifically. I'll throw it up in Discord for you guys to check out.
I realized
Okay.
I forgot to grab my flower.
Mhm.
Not the flower.
No matter what I play, I always have to have some flour with me. There's a whole backstory to that.
Pretty pimp hand.
Well, it comes from another one. So when
From
we
another
first
pimp hand?
from another Pathfinder game, when we first started playing, me and my cousin were playing, and we raided this like storehouse, and I really wanted to bring the flour with me, and he was like, "You don't need to bring the fucking flour," and I'm like, "No, I want the fucking flour." Anyway, we ended up like by this lake, and we had to go across it, so I set the flour down, and he peed on it, and the DM was like, "Roll for it," and he rolled a nat 20.
Put on flour.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
And suddenly it turned into a giant beanstalk.
So now I always have to have flour with me.
Lol.
Alright, so let me figure this out. The dwarves took the same traits, right?
Oh no, dragon is
We did
+2
actually.
bonus
Okay.
to
What a
natural
happy
armor.
coincidence.
So yeah, it wouldn't override my original.
So
Okay.
yeah, you took the same traits, and I know what Hammer was up to with his backstory. I need some info on your backstory, Raging.
Basic backstory. Normal lizard guy. One of 3 kids. Um, Weird druid came around one day, wanted a tribute to him. He did not find the tribute very fine, so he took me and just shoved a bunch of raw nature energy into me.
Okay.
Sounds like my
I
church.
pretty much. Um,
Then you
I
turn into
need.
the Dayman. Sorry.
Fighter of the night, man.
Okay, so well, how does your campaign trait tie into your backstory? Is what I'm asking. I guess I should have I didn't think of to word it that way till just now.
My character, after killing a person he didn't particularly like on a hunt, by accident, he went into the wild and had to train to control the magic and his senses to stop future conflicts. So basically, he trained in the wilderness and would be more adept at fighting in lower light because of it.
Okay. Um, hmm, that's gonna make role playing this a little bit challenging.
Oh, here's this random lizard that just wandered in from the forest one day.
Yeah.
Well,
Hi
no,
guys,
I
sup?
well no he trained. I mean, there's more to the backstory if you want to hear it.
Well, what I need your reason for hating the government, because that's the basis of those campaign traits. Those campaign traits. It's not just the ability to see to fight in the dark. It's a whole chunk of information of why what brought about your character being able to
Oh,
do that,
you
and
should
how
say
that
that.
pertains to you specifically.
Should say they started deforesting your home and they killed one of your favorite friends in the forest. You could be, you could be a keyboard warrior. Do you want me to explain mine to kind of give you an example of how mine ties in? Would that help you think of yours?
No, just give me a second. I'm thinking.
So, Callan, could you look at it?
Yeah, if you throw it back up in Discord again, I'll check it out.
Okay.
You say you reposted it?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh.
Oh wait. What the hell? Yeah, I just have the one that you sent me a few minutes ago.
Oh.
And basically, as long as you have only one rank in all of your skills, I can help you add them up.
So what do you mean?
All the yeah, well, you get skill points, right?
Mhm.
So you spend those skill points on your skills, and every point you spend counts as a rank in that skill. And you can only have a maximum number of ranks equal to your character's level. So your skill ranks per level are 4 plus your intellect modifier. So you get 6 skill points to spend every time you level up. So basically, you just pick 6 skills and put where it says rank, put rank 1 in 6 different skills.
What does it say, like plus and stuff? That's just to help me add it up, right? But I don't have to. For the total bonus.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but basically what it's telling you is that your total bonus is equal to your ability modifier. Yeah, your ability modifier plus the rank, and then plus any other miscellaneous bonuses you might have to that skill. So, like for an intimidate, for example, you have a +2 to your charisma, and it's a class skill for you. So it'll be charisma plus 1 rank, which is 3, plus class skill, which is +3. So you end up with a +6 to an intimidate check.
How's that? I just put a thought in Discord.
Yeah, that works.
Nice.
I'm
Ha!
going.
I helped.
I'm gonna
Deforestation.
throw. I'm gonna throw some just some campaign elements into it when we're role playing it, but I'll basically just have it as a contingent of Hell Knights cut down the forest. That is something they would do,
Okay.
or a certain order of Hell Knights would do. That actually does work. There is a certain order of Hell Knights that are basically against everything knowledge related. So that would actually work. They would chop down an entire forest just to destroy everything related to a certain druid.
Alright. Oh man. I want to pick more skills.
Have to wait till 2nd level.
You know the funny thing? I have 8 initiative.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he took improved initiative. He's got like
And
fucking +3 to his dex, and then he took his character or campaign. Yeah, his character trait. Sorry, gives him a +2 to his initiative.
Okay, so we know who's going first every single time.
Yeah,
Basically.
I said that earlier. As soon as he told me he took that, I was like, well, I know who's going first.
And then I'm going to be getting something called Aspect of the Beast once I get to level 2, and I'm probably going to get Wild Instinct, and that gives me another 2 initiative.
I was gonna take the hare as a pet to get the +4 initiative, or the little dinosaur thing. I can't remember what it was called, but I decided to just go the bluff route.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, you ready for my backstory?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm an Asmir, and I was given up to an orphanage for unknown reasons. I never knew my parents, and I grew up in this orphanage, and I watched all of the friends that I was growing up with be sold into slavery to make the orphanage a profit. And then as soon as they realized they weren't going to be able to sell me because I was weird looking, they kicked me out. But before they kicked me out, I spent all my time studying and learning and scribing.
That works.
So, fuck these people.
Alright, so you got booted from an orphanage and basically just grew up on the streets.
Yeah, and all my friends were sold into slavery to the nobles as they were growing up.
What campaign trait did you take?
Diabolist raise.
Okay.
So I get a +1 to bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, and sense motive checks against all nobility.
Nice.
Oh, so you're a bluffer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a +14 to his bluff.
Dude,
He's basically going to try to bullshit his way out of every combat.
Once I get level 3, you and I got some plans to work together. I have a spell, once I get my 3rd level spells, create fake item. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, you know what? We haven't started yet. I can buy another item, right?
Yep.
Okay, because I'm totally going to buy a flask and some poison.
Or
Okay.
You know, I think the funniest thing about my character is I don't use any weapons, and I have 20 AC.
Yeah.
Uh,
Your character is gonna be really fun.
I have 2 natural claw weapons and a natural bite weapon. And I have a buckler in one hand, so I can attack with 1 claw and then bite and not lose the buckler bonus.
Yeah, he spent a long time reading that buckler to figure out exactly how it works.
sounds like it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I found that out by accident while you had me going through that practice combat.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But isn't it nice that you're going to have a tank with probably the highest initiative with some decent damage?
It's good for them.
As long as they don't let me die, we're in good.
I didn't bring any heal spells.
When I take my next feat, I think I could turn my daylight spell into a heal spell.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Yeah, I can't remember what feat it is, but
I feel like I'm holding everybody up.
That's fine.
it's okay. We're all kind of doing stuff still.
How do you find the initiative modifier?
Your
Just Dex one?
initiative. Yeah, your initiative is just your dex bonus plus if you have like improved initiative or anything that like raging has. But yeah, I think you don't have any of that shit, eh?
Just the Dex modifier, I guess just one.
Yeah, so your initiative is +1.
Oh, what's the difference between touch and flat-footed? There is a little bit about it, but I don't understand what touch is.
Oh, yeah. So your base AC is basically your characters fighting normally in combat. They're wearing their armor. They can see everything that's going on around them, and you know somebody's coming at you with a bow or a sword and attacking you. And your armor class is your armor's ability to stop damage, combined with your character's ability to dodge it. So touch AC is where somebody's not trying to hit you with a melee weapon specifically, like they're trying to touch you with like a spell or something. So you when in that case your touch AC, it's not so much a character's ability to hit you with a melee weapon, it's their ability to touch you with a spell, which completely is going to ignore your armor. Like if you're wearing armor that has any sort of metal on it, like in terms of thinking about it realistically, if you're wearing any sort of metal armor and somebody comes at you with a spell called Shocking Grasp, your metal armor is not going to help you. So you lose your armor bonus to your AC when it comes to people making touch attacks, which they're like magical attacks where all the character has to do is touch you to hurt you. They don't actually have to like break
So
through your
I'd
armor or
say
anything,
for
so you lose your armor bonus. And
5
the
rounds.
flat-footed AC is basically your character gets caught off guard in any particular situation. So in that case,
No.
to simulate
sure.
a delayed reaction time, your character loses any dodge bonus and and your dex bonus to your armor class. You still get your armor, you just lose your ability to react to the attack coming. I mean, honestly, you really just need to know what the numbers are.
Can you close
or I
my
need to
door
know
on
what
your
the
way out?
numbers are, you know, vice versa. So, in terms of you don't really need to understand what each type is specifically for, but as long as you've got the values right, it doesn't really matter.
So, just out of curiosity, who's first on the chopping block for the RP?
Let's see. Do you and the other dwarf want to do your roleplay together, or do you want to be separate?
I mean,
I'm down for whichever one you want to do, man.
we could try it together.
Sure, no problem.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We're gonna bond together over a pint, aren't we?
You have some beer on me.
Forgot to do that.
I'm 100% broke.
I'm accidentally in character. I have a glass of water.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run to the bathroom quick, and hopefully Hammer will be done by then.
Wait, so are you guys, like, you just met in a tavern?
They're both Pathfinder exiles,
Oh, okay.
so
So
they're
that
using the
explains how you
whole.
come in.
Yeah,
And
that
both
explains.
dwarves.
Yeah, it explains why they get to know each other, and both being dwarves too. Once they figured out they were both playing dwarves and whatnot, they had this huge conversation about backstory and knowing each other and shit.
So pretty much they're gonna jerk each other's beards off.
Yes,
Fuck yeah.
Got it.
while insulting the
probably-
half orc the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run to the bathroom. We'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right back as well. Okay, I'm back. Is the Overlord back?
Not yet.
So, Balin, what was your backstory?
I'm a wizard. Basically, we took me and was it your? I can't remember. Kuldigin.
Oh,
both-
you're the other. You're the other.
The dwarf. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
So then our swashbuckler. What was his
Hmm.
backstory?
My backstory is very similar to yours.
Oh,
But,
what's your campaign trait?
Same as the ranger, the child.
Oh,
something
Shadow.
Shadow Child.
Gotcha.
My name is Shansa.
Sounds like a 80 dance move.
It does actually.
Do the shansa. Shansa, 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 shansa.
Just pictured somebody saying that with like a Swedish accent.
Oh yeah, don't you shansa?
Exactly.
Or like in a Fanta commercial. Like that's the Swedish Fanta.
Yeah.
Let's just say the parents of my character weren't exactly unique.
Yeah, if you look at his character sheet and like his siblings' names, they're like 1 or 2 letters different.
Okay, so my father is Shiuan, Shiuan, and the mother is Sa. And I have a brother named Shunsa, a sister named Shinsa, and I'm Shansa.
I laughed when I saw that.
We each got 1 letter from our dad.
Suncha, Suncha, Sancha.
Hmm.
So your dad has a big burly mustache and wears what's the German culture? The overalls.
Oh, the fuck.
And they wear Swedish wooden block
Lederhosen.
shoes.
Lederhosen. Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
I really hope you enjoyed the picture I spent 5 minutes cropping from an anime.
Yeah, I saw that too. All right. So have you finished everything up, Hammer?
Hopefully.
All right.
Can you tell me if it's all done?
Yeah, as long as you've got your skill ranks done, yeah, you're good. Like you understand how that works and everything.
I think so. Yeah, it's a bit more, a little bit different than when I did D&D, I think. Gosh, I did that so long ago too.
Yeah. So
Why
all the
is that
skills
so
that you get for
bright?
class skills, if you have a rank in any of those skills, you get an additional +3 to that skill, +1 for the rank. So you're gonna get a +4 bonus to any of your class skills that you have a rank in, and then you add your ability modifier to that skill on top of it. Oh, raging. You start the game knowing common. I'm not dealing with that.
I know Common and Celestial. I'm sure I'll run with somebody that speaks Celestial, right?
His race or his racial language is xenophobic.
Xenophobic.
Yeah.
At least he's not the kind of sorcerer that he was thinking about playing, where he just enchanted bullets.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
gonna.
Comprehend language.
Yeah, his idea. That's exactly what his idea was, to play a character that didn't speak the same language as everybody else, and then he shoots you with the spell of comprehend language.
So like the little earwig from Hitchhiker's Guide to the
basically,
Galaxy.
I'd be like, then I'd shoot you with the ball and be like, "Good day, good sir. How are you?"
As you're sitting on the floor bleeding. All right.
I also had another one where I'd be like, "Do you trust me?" and then shoot you with an invisibility bullet.
Wow, it must take you a lot of time to inscribe all the runes on these bullets.
I think you can do it as part of your daily prep if you're playing the spell slinger, arcane, whatever it's called, the gunslinger wizard.
It's called Spellslinger.
So you're like Deadpool, only instead of numbers, there's spells on the bullets.
And no one can understand me.
Am I missing anything? Calendar.
Not that I can tell. Nope. Yeah, pretty much anything that's not on your character sheet. I'm just gonna write it down, so
Oh, okay.
it won't be
Nice.
won't be an issue.
I didn't put the backstory, the paragraphs that I wrote down. Do you want to read those?
But now you and I had that conversation about it the other day.
Did we?
Yeah, about being the like nighttime bodyguard thing.
Oh, yeah. But I actually like written down like something.
Yeah, just hang on to it. If I need to reference it, or come up, if I have an idea for something or whatever, I'll ask you about it. Just keep it handy.
Alright.
All right, so are we good to start?
I am.
I believe so.
Hi.
I'm ready.
Tano,
Yes.
you good to start?
Yep.
I get
His
to
name
start too.
isn't Tano, it's Balin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suck it, Great Overlord. You wanna be
Balin.
Einzul Gone.
Also, it's Balin.
I am going to call you Balin.
I'm okay with that too.
His native tongue can't pronounce the weird flourish in the A of your name. Just calls you Balin.
They see him ballin'.
All right. So, in 4606 AR, Aradin, god of humanity, innovation, and history, died. No city in all of Golorian was racked more fundamentally by this catastrophic event than Westcrown, the capital of Shiliax, an entire country dedicated to the god of humanity's worship. At the time, Westcrown was the expected site of Aradin's return and had spent decades preparing for the event. A massive plaza known as the Arodenima, complete with a towering statue of the god, stood ready to receive the deity. Yet after his death, it only took a few short years for the Church of Aradin to fall. The Ardenema was abandoned, and the entire country found itself in the grips of a civil war with the fierce Diabolists. The rise of the thrice-damned House of Thrun saw Westcrown's further descent. After a brutal 30-year civil war, the diabolic House of Thrun seized control of the country. One of their first acts was to move the capital and royal court north to the city of Agorian, emptying Westcrown of much of its affluence and prestige. Those nobles who remained behind were largely old families rooted in their traditions and their pride, content to rot in their declining home. While still a vibrant and important court, the splendor that had typified Westcrown for centuries swiftly waned, and without the noble court, many commoners and merchants who made a living adhering to the country's elite were forced to move on, leaving whole blocks of the city abandoned. Westcrown faded to a pale shadow of its former glory and became a playground for vultures eager to pick the royal carcass clean. Even before Aradin's death, the Council of Thieves had been an open secret in Westcrown. The city's first and most successful thieves guild, the Council of Thieves was comprised of members from influential and often noble families in Westcrown. Subtle and content to rest upon the work of past generations, these rich and affluent criminals grew wealthy off all manner of smuggling, gambling, prostitution, and more nefarious but increasingly white-collar crimes. Yet now insurrection boils within the Council's inner ranks, and if left to bloom, the resulting coup could engulf all of Westcrown. So exposition aside, we are in the city. Each of you is going about your business, doing whatever. Let's see. So Hammer, what is kul'zaq up to in the city?
Oh, sorry, I changed my push to talk button, and I was
It's
talking.
fine.
So Kozak is sitting outside, in the streets, just
Just hanging out.
sitting outside, hanging out, waiting for people to hire him. He's like has a reputation of, or a small reputation of being a good mercenary, or just a mercenary in general. So he's just trying to look for work.
Okay. So
Flipping a coin.
as you're sitting outside, you recognize a familiar figure walk by. That's where the heck. Where now, of course, I missed my notes. All right. Yeah, you recognize a familiar woman walk by. She's pretty tall for a human, clad in black leather armor. A short sword hangs from her hip, and a bow slung across her back. Her pale skin is a striking contrast between her dark clothes and her angled face is framed by flaming red hair. And she stops and notices you. She stops and notices you sitting on the ground there.
Hey, do I know you from somewhere?
Says, yes, my name is Janavan. is you and I have worked together on multiple bounty hunter jobs.
Oh,
Not bounty
yeah.
hunter jobs.
Yeah, I
Says,
remember.
are you tired of having to go out and deal with these shadow beasts night after night? Are you tired of escorting nobles through the streets, barely making enough to get by?
Well, it is extremely dangerous. I don't really like face of danger. I mostly just want to survive, honestly. These shadow fiends are horrible, obviously, and they are trouble to other people. And I've been doing pretty well against them. So, I don't know. If you have any, are you trying to say that you have any work for me that's not dealing with these monsters?
Says, if only that were true. If you're tired of dealing with these shadow beasts night after night, and she hands you a piece of paper to meet me at my tavern at 4 o'clock. I'm putting together a team to help change the fate of West Crown.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, and
Is it gonna be fun?
As you open up the piece of paper, it just has a street address on it, and it just says Vizio's Tavern on it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This could be dangerous, and members of this team could die. But a West Crown free from the fear of the shadow beasts at night is worth fighting for, I think.
That is true. I've had too many lost. No one will miss me if I am gone, so might as well. Sure. I'll think about it.
Okay, so she
I'll
says,
take it.
I will see you at 4 o'clock, and she disappears off into the crowd.
So, I put a joke in Discord because Callan sounded like such a telemarketer.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what you got when I wrote all the crap for this. I didn't know what you guys were picking for scripts and stuff. And in the middle of what I said, I had to stop and was changing my voice settings because they were getting all weird. So, like, cut to the infomercial.
Are you tired of shadow beasts?
Pretty much. All right, so Balin and Kuldigin, you're up next. What the hell are the two dwarves up to?
Well, I'm hanging out at the busiest pub in town that I can find. Just
Like what
taking a
dwarf?
break from checking the wanted boards and whatnot. Looking
They're
for
getting whores.
work.
Yep. Balin, are you with him, or what are you up to?
We're dwarves. It's alcohol time.
So yeah, I buy the first round as we step into the pub, and what do I owe the keep? Like a silver for 2.
For now, don't worry too much about paying for drinks.
Put it on my tab.
Alright, so we go and find a table. Somewhat in the middle. It's a pretty crowded bar. What time of day is it?
Probably since it's dangerous to be on the streets after dark, the time that people are drinking is kind of shifted up, and well, basically people are drinking at all times of the day. So, let's say it's
Fuck
around
yeah.
like 1 o'clock or so.
Alright.
All right, so you and Balin are hanging out, having some drinks, checking over the wanted boards and stuff, and you notice the aforementioned woman, because I'm not going to read that fucking description every time, is walking towards your table, and she is carrying a full round of drinks.
You have my attention, lady. May I have your name?
That looks like a lot of fucking beer. Let's have some drinks.
Hey, she slams them down on or doesn't slam them down, puts the table down on the tray, puts the tray down on the table.
Puts the table down on the tray.
Do you mind if I join you?
Not at all. To what do we owe the pleasure?
I hear you two are a couple of famous pathfinders.
Oh, that may be true, but I don't believe we were formally inducted.
Fuck yeah, I'm famous. Come on now, have you never heard of me? I am Balin, the wizard.
Because I recognized you when I saw you across the bar. I have a business proposition for you two. I have
And
some
we're listening.
information. I have some information on the recently closed Pathfinder order.
Are you speaking of Dalhaven?
I am.
Well, shall we get some details?
I can't say much. It's not safe here, but I'm planning. I am planning to change the fate of what's going on in West Crown, as well, which means going and figuring out why the government has closed down Delhaven.
Well, consider me in for the moment.
You've piqued my interest. There are magics in there which I am very interested in.
Did you have a more comfortable place in mind?
She slips you a note and says, "Meet me here at 4 o'clock."
And what was her name?
Janovan.
Well then, Miss Javinin, sorry. It's a date, and then I wink at her.
She winks back as she gets up and walks out of the tavern.
Well, that's interesting. As I, turn to Balin and, raise my glass and go to cheers him.
Cheers. It seems like an interesting proposition.
Aye, we should probably be heading out before it gets too dim outside.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with them damn shadow beasts again.
Aye.
Alright. Shansa, are you in the city or are you outside of the city?
I'm probably in the city looking at plants.
Ooh, a dandelion.
Pretty.
You
Look at
notice
the
this
flower.
woman walking towards you. She's carrying a bag full of crickets.
I mean,
That would be
I pay her no mind.
That would be hilarious. But in all seriousness, though, she notices you walking towards her. Or sorry, you notice her walking towards you. And when she gets to you, says, "Hi, my name is Janovan. Are you the druid? Are you the lizard folk that the druid was training out in the woods?"
I say no, I never underwent any kind of training by a druid.
Don't fight your backstory with me.
She rolls a sense motive check and tells that you're really bad at mine.
You hear one of the crickets from the lady that passed by. Chirp, chirp.
Yeah.
But I wasn't trained by a druid.
Well, isn't that what you said?
No, a druid forced nature energy into my body, and then
he got fucked by a
nature
druid.
energy took over on one of my hunts and killed my hunting partner.
Okay. And you're out for revenge against the druid that did that?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Take my nature.
I mean, why would I want vengeance against a druid that trained me?
I don't know. I've only heard half of what you said. Alright,
Okay,
either way.
Illidan.
You are not prepared.
Yes.
Alright. Well, she has a proposition for you. She happens to know, have some information on local druids that have been forced out of their areas by the Hell Knights that patrol the cities and the forests, and offers you a chance at revenge.
I mean, I have no qualms with those druids.
No, but I mean, if you want revenge on the druid specifically that caused your accident, basically.
I might find some answers at least.
She hands you the same piece of paper she's given to everybody else. That has an address on it. That tells the name of the tavern and asks you to meet her there at 4 o'clock.
Okay, so I uncrumple the paper, and then I look up at her and I tell her, you know, I can barely speak common. I can't read this.
Well, she tells you to meet her at Physio's Tavern, which is a known location in West Crown.
Okay.
All right. What the hell is Corza doing?
I'm currently trying to sell a stick to a merchant on the street.
That's beautiful.
Just.
Excuse me, kind sir, but you do realize that is a stick.
Sir, I'm telling you, and it's a very polished, nice, like, worn stick. I got this from the Borrowwood, and it is a steal if you buy this for 5 gold pieces. This wood is extremely valuable. I roll a bluff check.
What do you roll?
22.
You completely win over the merchant, and he excitedly gives you
That's an introduction and a half. You sell a stick.
Well, he only started with what, 80 gold?
90. Okay. Okay, so
great.
walking away, dropping the coins into my purse, very pleased with myself.
You hear a voice cry out from behind you. That wasn't very nice.
Jonavo, what are you doing here? The last time I was with you, there was a knife to my throat.
Yeah, I apologize for that. That shouldn't have happened.
It's okay.
I
I've
know
had
your
dates.
upbringing.
I've had dates go worse than that.
It's like, I know your upbringing. I know how badly the orphanages and the nobles treated you around here. Even being what you are, there's still no reason for the nobles to treat you like that.
You mean beautiful?
Exactly.
I
and half angel.
I like brush my steel hair to the side.
Simple side note: humans in West Crown are xenophobic.
What is
But yeah,
xenophobic? They're afraid
the
of.
general population of West Crown doesn't like things that aren't human,
Oh, okay.
even though their city is full of.
I mean,
full of
I'm very
non-human.
humanoid. I just.
Yeah. No,
I
I know. You're
Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah. You just have some. You have some. Like, you don't need to describe specifically your character. Like I know what an Asmar is.
Okay. 'Cause I have steel hair, and my
Yeah.
skin glows in a frosty light, and I have opal blue eyes, so I'm fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
So, Callan, quick question. If they're xenophobic, don't they speak my language? But
No. Xenophobic basically means you don't talk to people that aren't your own race. And when it comes into terms of a language, and you don't actually have a language you communicate in.
Wait, so you're a Trump supporter?
Yes.
build the lizard wall. Make the humans pay.
Okay, so back to me and Jonathan.
Yeah. Okay.
Pay for it.
So what can I do for you, my dear?
I'm putting together a team of adventurers, and we are going after the nobility. The same nobility that screwed you over when you were an orphan.
Is there going to be pay involved? Because I'm out here peddling sticks right now. I'm a little short on cash.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of treasure along the way.
Well, then say no more.
Hands you the same piece of paper, tells you to meet her at her inn at 4 o'clock.
Okay, I like say something super like provocative and celestial, and wave goodbye to her.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I know that's the point.
So
That's
yeah.
the point.
She looks at you questioningly and walks away, assuming you probably said something sexual. Alright, so, you said it was probably sometime, by the time all the conversations are done, you guys probably have an hour or so before you need to be there, so what are you getting up to?
Can I sell more sticks?
What do you think?
Yes.
Polish in an hour?
Do you want me to
You
roll
can
another
sell-
bluff check?
You can sell, let's see, you can sell 2 sticks in the hour.
Okay, so 10 more gold.
Well, we finish our rounds of drinks
So,
and pay
on
our tab.
on my way to this tavern, do I see this guy trying to peddle sticks?
That is a very good question.
I'm kind of hard to miss. I'm
Yeah.
fucking exotic looking. And I'm selling sticks to market men.
So I wanna-
confirm his roles, or
So you know what? Just for the sake of this being hilarious, yes, you see him selling sticks.
Okay, so I want to pull him aside for a second.
Whoa, 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 don't touch me. What would you like?
Look here, I'm a seasoned ranger. I know good wood. Surely you could sell those sticks for more with my skills.
Do you have emphysema? Are you okay, sir?
I'm a lizard, you xenomorph thing. Whatever the common word is.
Tell you what. I pull out just like a little thing of lard out of my back. I say, I see your skin is getting real ashy underneath all those scales. If you just rub some of this lard on it, it would clear a lot of that dirt and stuff up. I'll give it to you for 2 gold pieces.
I'm willing to take that bluff check.
Okay, so you're gonna roll either perception or sense motive against me?
Yeah, it'll be a sense motive check against his bluff check.
Okay, so I roll another 22.
You're buying lard.
Yeah.
Where do I see my sense motive check?
It's skill.
It's a skill. Sense motive is a wisdom-based skill. So if you have a rank in it, you get if you have a rank in it and you have it's a class skill, you get your wisdom bonus +4.
I don't have the sense motive skill.
Okay.
Then
Well
you're buying
then,
lard.
you just
roll.
make it. It's just a base roll plus wisdom.
Okay, so my wisdom is 2, so if I natural 20 this, I tie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you natural 20, you automatically win.
Well, not on a skill check.
I rolled a 14.
Yeah. So
So you
He
hand
sells
it.
you-
lard.
he sells you. Yeah, he sells you what he sells you.
So you get just a little thing of fat that I've like scraped up off the road, and you give me 2 gold pieces.
And I
There's no
immediately
crap.
start rubbing it on myself.
And I see. Okay, I'm gonna make a perception check to see if I can see like the crumpled up note that the lady gave him. So
What are you wearing for equipment, Raging?
Just chainmail, a buckler, and like stuff to carry my like a backpack to carry my items.
Okay.
I only got a perception of 7.
Okay.
You see Jack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need at least a 10. Just give me 1 sec. I got the chart right here.
Yeah, I rolled like horseshit in that one.
You know, because of the fact that you said it was like animal fat. Like my character is all about testing the power of nature, so that would be something my character does.
Yeah, you'd need a DC 15 to spot something concealed on a person.
Okay. Well, I hope that does wonders to your scales, sir. You have a good day.
What about my offer?
I would very much appreciate your help, but I have an inn I have to get to.
Oh, what inn is it?
What was the name of that inn?
Vizio's Tavern.
I've-
VIOS or something like that.
I have to go to Vizio's Tower.
Oh, that's where I'm heading.
Oh, well, really? Because it looks like you're walking the opposite direction.
Your civilization is confusing at times.
Well, tell you what. For another gold piece, I'll take you there.
Look, I like you because you sold me this wonderful fat. But I'm not gonna waste money on something I can eventually do myself.
What's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 10.
Okay, make an because your intelligence is 10, make an intelligence check. You just
D20.
roll- yeah, just roll a d20.
4.
You forget that you are a ranger who could track his way to where he's going and accept his offer.
Oh,
I like you, lizard man. We're gonna be good friends. So he gives me another gold piece now.
I'm down 3 gold and we just started. Way to
And
go.
I'm up 18.
Oh, this is great.
Okay,
Oh,
so we're on
Callan,
our way.
most important thing. Does the fat work?
No, he scraped it off the side of the road.
But do I feel anything?
Does he get what's it called? The placebo effect. The placebo fat.
Yes, with that roll of 4 on your intelligence check, you think it's working.
How does he smell?
I'm assuming, like,
Like
fat.
horse.
I would assume like every other lizard man.
Yeah, at this point I've ripped a couple little pieces of cloth off my sleeve and stuffed them in my nose.
Oh, this is great.
Okay,
Okay,
so
you
what
are on the way.
now what's everybody else doing?
Oh, actually, I should ask, did anybody just head straight to the tavern, like, early, or...
Yeah.
That is an
I
option.
think
Yeah, we basically finished our beers and head right there.
Okay.
yeah, I did too. When she gave me the thing.
Alright, so the 3 of you arrive at the tavern at the same time.
What the fuck this filthy orc doing here?
PM no mind.
Ah, listen, I don't know, man. These damn orcs taking over our places, trying to take our damn jobs.
I just look at you with the side of my eye and just pay you no attention. And just go like,
You just enter the tavern.
Yep.
Alright, so as you enter the tavern, you're greeted with the smell of freshly baked bread and mutton roasting on the fire. You step across the threshold and it takes a second for your eyes to adjust to the dimly lit interior. The inn isn't really all that big. It's got some small tables and benches scattered about, and a small fireplace is set into the right-hand wall of the inn, with a small fire burning in it, causing shadows to dance across the tables. The inn is almost completely deserted, with the exception of 2 hooded figures that are sitting at the back of the tavern. They don't pay you any attention and continue on with their hushed conversation. And the sound of pots and pans and, chopping and whatnot's coming from the kitchen.
I walk up to the counter and I look around. Well, actually, I walk up to the table where I see. Well, I walk up to a table and I plop down the envelope with the message. First of all,
I go to the back of the tavern and just sit there.
You just sit next to the people that are kind of talking amongst themselves.
Is there like an empty table next to them or place?
Yeah, they're kind of like off. If you think kind of like Aragon and Lord of the Rings in that tavern, they're like off in a back sheltered corner, kind of away from everything. They're just kind of doing their own thing.
Okay. Is there an area in the tavern that I can go sit by myself?
Yes.
I go there.
all right. I watch him do that, and then I put my hooded lantern on the table. And
Yep.
It's the
Go ahead.
middle of the day, isn't it?
it is, but it's a tavern inside though. But
Okay.
what I do is I light it, and then I go to tell it a joke.
That
You
actually
want me to
makes
actually
sense
tell a joke?
if you want to. That's up to you.
I
Let's hear
sit
it.
down next to him and listen for this joke.
I say, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it leaves for pipe tobacco, it never comes back.
Oh God! Again with the dad jokes.
You want me to roll for that?
No, you don't need to roll for that.
Alright. So, that should give me a +4 against illusion right now.
Oh, your lantern does?
Because of my god.
Is it
Light
only
it.
if you tell jokes?
It's light a small lantern and tell a joke. And tell it a joke or a story of a prank you played on someone. This must be a different joke or story each time. You gain a +4 sacred bonus on saving throws versus illusions.
Yep.
You and that damn lantern. When will you ever figure out that you don't need to fucking tell jokes anymore? God, they're so bad.
That's the point.
Yep. So you hear some stumbling coming from like the kitchen area, and Janovan walks out and with an apron on, covered in like splattered food and whatnot, and says, "Oh, hello. Don't mind the regulars. They won't bother you. They just kind of hang out here. You guys are a bit early. Just take a seat anywhere you like and give it a shout if you want to drink. Dinner will be ready shortly, and once everybody arrives, we'll eat.
2 drinks, please, my lady.
Coming right up." So she goes and gets you 2 pints of dwarven ale.
Thanks. What do I owe you?
What's her
For
name?
this, Janovan.
So I call her name, Genevieve, and then I hold up one finger, as in like, give me one too.
All right, so she brings over 3 dwarven ales and sets them down on the table. Anybody else want anything? She just kind of calls it out in the inn because she sees kul'zaq sitting in the back corner.
I put out my lantern like after I tell the joke. By the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Guess we'll just have a drink then, eh, lads?
Or 2 or 3.
Drink.
Okay, so as you sit, you drink, be merry, all that stuff. Eventually, like 4 o'clock hits and Janovan brings out supper. It's nothing spectacular. It's just roasted mutton, some bread, some ale, like a small salad. Nothing spectacular. And she goes to the central table. It's in like, that's what she's got. Let's like call it the biggest table in the inn. It's like a big round table in the middle of her tavern, and she calls for everybody to come sit at this table.
Have me and Shansa entered?
Yeah. I forgot that you 2 weren't there yet.
Is there plates set out for us at this large table?
Yeah. Yeah, she
Jonathan.
goes about setting the table and all that stuff.
Jonathan, did you cook this?
Absolutely.
And here I just thought you were another bloodthirsty cunt.
Wow.
And before she has a chance to say a word, I'm gonna look at her and say,
Johnny, do you have any raw fish? I'm not much for cooked meat.
She sniffs the air a little bit, says, "Well, you could eat your own arm. You smell like raw fish."
I slam my tail on the ground.
This fat makes my scales shine. If you got a problem, you can take it up with Corza.
Johnny baby, look at him. He is fucking sleek. And I wipe my hand down his arm and just look at my hand with this fat all over it. And wipe it off on her chair.
She just gives you a look of disgust and walks away, knowing that you swindled somebody else.
Oh, and as she's walking away, I signal her for a glass of wine.
All right. So she comes back. She comes back with the wine and drinks for everybody.
No fish?
And she gives you a rotten fish she found outside behind her tavern.
I start
Hey.
eating it relentlessly.
Shansa, you should definitely tip her for that. That's prime fish.
I can catch better.
There would actually be if you wanted to tip her, because guaranteed he's gonna try and steal it.
I mean, I have 2 fishing nets. If the fish is that bad, I would just leave and go fish.
All right, so yeah, dinner's progressing as normally. At this point, if you guys want to role play with each other and just have conversations, that's fine. If you want to push the story forward, we can do that. It doesn't matter. This is kind of an RP setup right now. Right, everybody's sitting down, they're having dinner. Janovan's there. Yeah.
Do I know Corza since he also knows Janovan?
Nope.
But we
Aside
don't.
from the few of you that have specifically stated you know each other, nobody knows anybody except like you guys have had your small little groups, but nobody really knows anybody right now. So
So,
if you wanted to role play getting to know each other, this is the time to do it.
Balin,
Hey, shiny boy, what's going on?
I sense you're also a dabbler of the arcane arts.
Well, you should know me. I am Balin the Wizard.
Who?
You've never heard of me?
I'm sorry, I don't spend time listening to children's stories.
Well, then you must not be talking to the right people.
So, what are you naturally inclined, or are you a studier of the arts?
I like to study my arts. I think it's a lot better than, just picking it up here and there. You gotta really get in and study it well.
I can't say I have that much free time on my hands, but congratulations. Good for you.
Well, I mean, when you shimmer like you do,
I mean, maybe it's Asmir, maybe I was born with it.
I
That's
mean,
terrible.
or maybe it's fat.
I go
Hey,
to I go to pat Shans on the shoulder, but then remember last time and retract my hand before I touch him.
Okay, I see him take back, so I take my big fat bear arm, like I have an arm that's the size of a bear, and I put it around Corsa's shoulder.
I gag a little bit.
I'm just drinking and
Make a
watching.
fortitude save not to puke.
I rolled a 10.
All right, you managed to you kind of throw open your mouth a little bit, but you managed to choke back, not just barfing everywhere from the smell.
Okay.
And then I look at Balin, and I say,
you said you're Balin the lizard? You're kind of pink and small to be a lizard.
No, 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 friend. A wizard.
At this point, I think I've spit out half my drink from laughter.
Janovan is just
What's the
dying, trying to keep a
difference?
straight face.
Jenny, can I get some popcorn?
Coming right
Please.
up.
I just look at the lizard man and go, I don't even know what to say at this point.
"So where is Balin at the table compared to me and Corza?"
Depends on where you guys sat. It's a round table, so I'm assuming you're all roughly across from each other in one way or another.
I assume I'm sitting next to Corza and as far away from kul'zaq as possible.
Well, okay. So I get up, go to Balin's part of the table, and I hug him, and I say,
Any friend of Corza is a friend of mine.
I say, get off me! You fucking stink!
As he does that, I say, friends with benefits?
Holy fuck.
Alright, so I walk up to the group. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So I assume she gave us. Fuck.
She summoned
forget.
us all here, is what you need to say, my friend.
Yes.
Somebody roll a perception check.
Oh, I got a good one. Let's see. My perception's 4. I got 23 that time.
All right. So as you guys are going about your dinner conversation and whatnot, you kind of notice Janovan. She's sitting there, like not really engaging with you specifically, but just kind of taking in the sight that is this disgusting lizard being passed around. And except, as time goes on, she starts to kind of look a little bit anxious, and every now and again, you kind of see her glancing over towards the door.
Okay, so as these guys are all still engaged with a smelly lizard, I like scoot my chair very unsmoothly over to her and ask her, "So, why did you summon us here? What's going on?"
Give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Alright. I need him to come back
Yeah,
before
he's
I can
just
answer your
grabbing.
question.
Yeah, there's a set of dice up there, Cody. He just had to grab some dice.
I could grab my dice. They're like in a box somewhere in that closet.
Okay, he's putting on his headset and he's back.
Alright.
Sorry about that. Didn't have a 20.
Alright, so once the conversations died down, he slides over, asks Janivan her question. She stands up, puts her fork down, stands up. Says, "Thank you all for coming on such short notice. I know that it's getting close to sundown, so I'll keep this brief. Again, thank you all for agreeing to meet with me here. I have chosen each and every one of you for a singular reason. Everyone here, myself included, has suffered, whether we realize it or not. I have lived in West Crown my whole life, and although I love this city, I must admit, as must you, that despite our peace and prosperity, we continue to suffer. Fear should not be an expected part of life, and each night brings fear to our doorsteps. Yes, West Crown has been safe from nearly 70 years, and yes, our businesses have prospered, but this safety and prosperity has been bought in the coinage of fear and prayers to hell. Other lands live free from tyranny. Other cities do not fear the night. Other governments do not cede the streets to monsters of infernal shadows. West Crown was once such a place, and she wants to be such a place again. West Crown is not only her buildings and canals and docks and history, she's also her people. West Crown is our friends, our neighbors, our mothers, our fathers, our siblings and cousins, and our sons and daughters. With a small group of supporters and dedicated brothers and sisters, we can earn the trust and the admiration of these people. A West Crown free of these shadowy beasts that stalk our streets at night is one step closer to a West Crown free of the devil that is the thrice-damned House of Thrune." Now, after this speech, everybody at this table knows what she just said is utter treason. Like high treason, to the point where if anyone heard you talking like this in public, you would pretty much be executed on the spot.
I shove a handful of popcorn in my face and grin.
At this point, hold on one second. So up out of like my coat and up out my arm sleeve, wrapped around my hand, Vix, my Viper, comes out, and I'm looking at John, and I'm like, "Those are some pretty venomous claims."
The thing with this in the universe and in the city itself, what she's saying is treasonous, but it's also true, and it's common
Right.
knowledge.
Right, I'm just doing a little
Yeah.
blackmail thing.
The Corza, you wouldn't be here if I didn't think I could trust you.
You're right. Vix goes back down my sleeve.
So, where do we start?
Before you can even get two words out of your mouth, a loud banging comes from the front door, like someone's like fucking beating on the door, which completely shatters the atmosphere created by Janavin's treasonous speech. You see Janavan immediately panic, take on a defensive posture, and slide up against the window and quickly peek out, before completely relaxing, sighing, and opening the door, and a young boy literally just falls through the door. He screams, "They've got Ariel!" He doubles over in a coughing fit. Like he looks like he's been running for miles to get here. And as soon as he mentions his name, Janavin's face grows really grim with concern. She leans down and asks Morosino to explain himself. He tells you that he's sputtering through coughing fits and having run for so far. He says the Datari nabbed Ariel, and the Hell Knights of the Rack are trying to gain custody of him. There's a bunch of Hell Knights headed here now. I only just made it here. They've already surrounded us.
It sounds like it's time for the second course.
Whoa. No one's said anything about Hell Knights. What the hell?
As you're talking, the sound of shouting and the clinking of chainmail against plate mail can be heard all around the tavern, and you hear a booming voice yell, "You're surrounded, lay down your arms and submit to interrogation or be killed."
I shove a fuse in a oil flask.
Janavan books over to the door, slams it shut, locks all the shutters, and secures everything, and calmly moves swiftly behind the bar, with Morosino following her closely at her heels. You hear the sound of like not really a shelf, but like wood on stone being shifted out of the way. and the sound of a latch being opened. She's, over here, quickly. The path leads to the sewers. It's the only way out of here.
Follow her.
Well, at least Shansa won't smell any worse, and I walk over there.
I hold up the oil flask as I pass her, and I say, "How attached to you are? How attached to you are? Wow.
Yeah.
How attached to you are?
How attached are you to this inn?
Wow. I'm dumb.
That's okay.
You got what I was saying.
What's your intelligence
She
score?
pats you on the head and says, "I know what you're trying to say. Get in the hole."
I hand her the flask.
All right. So
I do as she says.
Yeah, I
Alright,
grab
so-
my staff and run down with them.
Surrounding the bar, you see a trap door that was built into the floor of the inn, and there's a narrow opening just big enough for like your average person to fit through, and a rickety wooden ladder leads down into the darkness. Descending the ladder, it looks like this passageway was built out of an old well that used to lead down into a reservoir in the sewer system. Moss-covered stone walls create an almost shoulder-to-shoulder feel of claustrophobia as you descend. At the bottom of the ladder is a bit of a larger room with eroded stone walls and a large wooden door illuminated by a single torch on either side at the end of the hallway.
Quick question: is there any kind of puddles?
Not in this specific spot, no.
Dang it.
Okay, so we're all in this tiny room.
Well, it's not really tiny, but yeah. So Janovan kind of takes a head count and made sure to block and bar the trapdoor above you before coming down herself.
Did she throw the flask of fire?
No, she didn't. Once she kind of realizes that everybody's following her, she runs over to the wall right next to the door and pulls a huge chunk of rock. Well, not really huge, but like a stone that was concealing an entrance to like a little alcove. She pulls the stone out of the way. I keep this stuff hidden here just in case of an emergency. So she opens up this little chest that was there, pulls out a bunch of stuff out of it. She hands a torch to everybody, and she also hands everybody 4 potions of Cure Light Wounds.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, she heads over to the door of the sewer and pulls the large wooden bolt bar that was across the door, locking it. She tosses it on the side and tells you that the way out is through the sewers. And she kind of pushes the door open.
Are
So
you
at this
coming with
point,
us?
this is the. Oh yeah, she is. She's gonna help you through the sewers. So at this point, the sewer encounters is the next section of the campaign. So, like this is the first combat section. So I don't know if you guys wanted to stop here and pick this up when we have more time and it's not midnight, or what you guys want to do.
Yeah, I think I got work early tomorrow morning. So, and it's almost midnight here, so.
So
Postpone
And
that.
so it sounds like we'll wait till next time.
Okay. So does Thursday again around the same time work for everybody? Or are you planning on leaving super early, Tano, on Friday?
No, Thursday works.
Does Thursday work for everybody else?
I must
Thursday.
get through it.
I'm not driving, so I'll sleep the whole way there.
Nice. Yeah, because it's gonna take a couple hours to do the sewers.
Gotcha.
All right, so that's part 1 of the campaign, and I need to figure out. I just need to write down an XP total for you guys. Yeah, this campaign specifically awards really good role playing, by the way. So the more you guys role play stuff, you can get all kinds of bonus experience, especially in the later books.
So
Well,
how
did
much
you
did
get
I
any
get for the fat covered lizard?
Yeah, how much did I get for fucking swindling everybody out of everything?
I gotta find the base totals first, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
did we get any XP for that?
Yeah, everybody gets bonus XP for role playing so well.
Huzzah!
And where the hell is that fucking page?
Dun, dun, dun. You said we got 4 potion of cure light wounds
Each.
Yep.
each.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
and a torch.
along with the torch.
And what level of experience are we going? Are we going in the fast tree, the medium tree, or the?
Medium.
Okay.
Yeah, just regular advancement.
So it's
Character
1000
sheet.
the first. per second.
This character sheet doesn't thing for inventory and stuff. I don't know where to put it.
So our second
And-
level is at 2,000.
Oh, I thought we leveled up at 1,000.
Nope. Even the fast tree is 1,300.
Yeah.
Can I get a link to that tree?
Yeah. I'll post it in the Discord, in the text channel.
Alright, so to make this simpler for me, I'm going to keep track of a combined XP total, just to keep everybody roughly around leveling up at the same time, because
Okay.
of the way this campaign works. You know, I don't want to have to deal with level ups in the middle of encounters for one person when the whole party is like 10 XP away.
Right.
But yeah, so if you guys do really good role-playing stuff like though, I am going to give bonus experience for it. So with all the role-playing stuff, you almost got to level 2 just from that, or not, well, yeah, you got about a quarter of the way to level 2, just each of you just from all the bonus experience and crap.
So 500 XP.
Yeah, about 500. Yeah, there's 5 of you, right?
I think so.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
$300. Yeah, so 300 XP each is what you have.
Okay.
Pretty decent chunk considering we each got some healing potions out of it. Those will come
Right.
handy.
And all I had to do was steal money from people.
Was that all the XP, or just the ones from role playing?
The entire first section of this campaign is just role playing. So the story reward for finishing this section of the campaign is like 1200 XP.
Oh, so we get 1,500 total?
Yeah, as a party you earned 1500.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So that was the XP from the story and not the RP?
Oh, it's both.
Oh, okay.
You got 1200 XP from the story, and then I gave you guys an additional couple hundred XP for your roleplay. Because that was fucking hilarious. Like the three times I've ran this campaign, I've never had a group willing to actually roleplay like before getting to the tavern. That's fucking hilarious.
You're welcome.
It's fucking great.
So what is our current XP?
300.
Just
300.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of your XP totals because I want to keep you guys leveled at I want to keep you the same level, and as much as